Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 TS Hub. We are here for the podium tier and this is round 3 in Canada. Alongside me I've got Sean who races in the prestige tier on his commentary debut. So welcome to the commentary box, Sean.
Thank you very much, Nick.
It's a pleasure to have you here, and it looks like we got some rain for these podium drivers to keep us entertained.
We got indeed. We already see the first driver coming out of the pits.
Yes, really going to spice things up. Canada can often provide mixed conditions in qualifying in the race. And how important do you think it would have been if these drivers would have done a few wet laps?
I think it's going to be pretty important right now because it's already raining and they're already on the ultra, so they need to get a lap in as fast as possible. I think that's going to be disqualifying, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think they need to head straight out of their box and see if they can get round in time before the rain gets too heavy. We're seeing a few drivers currently in the pit lane. Only 14 tonight, so a few drivers not attending, and we'll have to sort that out after the race to find out exactly why. But we still got 14 and top 3 in the championship. Sean, as we were talking about just off air, not here tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising actually, and Luki is still in 4th place, so if he can get a good result, he may get the lead of the championship in Canada.
Yeah, definitely. Canada, of course, was the scene where he actually won his championship in Season 9, Drivers' Championship. So this is a track, obviously, he's got fond memories of. And Alan, of course, in that Red Bull, he himself and Joel have had a few on-track battles in the opening 2 rounds of this race. And Joel, we know he's got good pace, but his strategies let him down, or luck's let him down, one or t'other. But we'll see what he can do here today. This is going to be a tricky qualifying session. How nervous do you think these drivers will be knowing that they can't make a mistake? They've got 1 lap to get this right.
I think the pressure is going to be pretty high right now because it's still raining, I think, harder than before, I think. So they need to get it all right to still get a decent result. And Jordan made a little mistake there. And yeah, they need to get the best lap possible in these conditions.
Yeah, definitely. So Gamersat joined the session. We're hearing that his game froze during the loading screens. So hopefully he'll be able to jump back in his car and get out as quick as he can. Under 9 minutes left in the session now, and we're yet to see lap time. But all drivers, let's have
on a lap.
Joel's on a quick lap.
He's coming to the final corner.
So reflow.
No, not enough.
Endure it. And now Joel takes the top spot away. Reflow, of course, took pole position last time out in Silverstone, but then he binned it on lap 1 coming around Copse. So he led for only a sector and a half. Oh, and that's a Haas in the wall. Herstow, he's lost his front wing. Coming out of the final corner, really struggled there. That's going to compromise his session a lot.
Yeah. Oh, Kleinfeld is spun off, I think, in the last corner. Yes, he has broken front wing.
Yep, you're right there. Primal Rex, or Rex as I like to call him. That corner's so tricky. The Wall of Champions for a reason, and now he's going to have to crawl back to the pits. Luckily, it's not too long of a track, but how long until the rain comes down hard enough to make the drivers not be able to go quicker? As Luki currently stands on the top step at the moment with a 13.6.
Good lap time, even in these conditions. Pretty good.
Yeah, White Eagle, he comes across the line. What can he do? Doesn't count. The lap must have been invalidated somewhere along the lines. Maverick, he's coming along the back straight now. The rain definitely looks like it's getting harder on board.
Yes.
And it won't be too long perhaps before none of these drivers are able to improve. And not maybe the most exciting end to the session. Maverick bails into the pits.
Yeah. I think everyone's going to the pits.
Dan's car's on a lap. Gamersat has managed to get in his game, get back out, and he's struggling.
Yeah, everyone's going to struggle. It's almost now impossible to drive in these conditions on dry tires.
Yeah, it definitely is. The track looks really greasy, and it's almost, I think, at that crossover point where it's both tires just don't feel 100% right. The top 3 at the moment, Lukey, Jor, and Alan in the pits, so they've decided that's the best they can do on that set. Dan's car is going to finish this lap.
Seventh.
The Renault crosses the line and moves him up to 9th position. So, 10 drivers to set a lap time. Who's had a moment?
I think it's already quickly cleared. I think there's someone one off. Yes.
Maybe Greenfin. He's coming into the hairpin now. Is he going to be a driver that's able to fork out 2 laps on this set of tyres? He's running a rich fuel, not max, but definitely got the engine up there as he opens DRS. Nope, perhaps this is a sign that he's just going to bail into the pit lane. Top 6 now have come into the pits.
Yeah, he's bailing out.
Gamer sat. He obviously, as we mentioned, struggled to get the game froze, so he's come in and he's one of the worst qualifying sessions to do that in, when he come in and you see these kind of conditions.
Maverick has spun it into the wall at I think that is.
What turn is that? Is that turn 3 and 4 on the exit there?
Yeah, on the exit, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tricky corner in the dry, let alone one of these greasy conditions, but he's just lost. And it's almost like he's lost it, completely spun round, then hit the wall. So it's definitely perhaps touched the wheel on the grass, and hey, 1 wheel missing. He'll look forward to the race now. Scored points last time out in Silverstone, did Maverick, I believe. Gamer Sat comes across the line.
Yes, he has invalidated.
Yep. Yeah, it's tricky here in Canada. We often see that invalidations. And Lukey's now come out on the intermediate tyres, so I wonder what he's...
He just lost his front wing. I think he lost it on the exit.
Oh, Hursto back out on track in the Haas. Really struggling on those ultra soft tyres. Perhaps he's realised that it isn't the tyre to be on. Jorit and Lukey have both selected the Inters, but they haven't left the garage yet. So, do you think any driver will be able to, beat their time on the intermediate tyre?
I think not. I think not. I think the track at the beginning of the curve was like just a little bit at the right moment, but on the end, I think they can't improve it. I think. That's a note to me. At that moment.
Apologies if there are some sound issues there. Just turned it up, so hopefully you can hear the game sound and the engines revving a little bit further. We're seeing a couple drivers exit the pit lane now on the intermediates, perhaps. What's Spider going on? Spider's going on the ultras again, so he's leaving the pit lane now.
Things have come to the lines in the 12th place. He's come out of the pits on English.
So a bit of a mix of strategy here for some of these guys. It definitely is in that crossover point, but the Ultrasofts looks like so slippery.
Yeah. And Jordan tires. Oh, he spun around. He lost his rear tires. That's pretty odd.
Jorit that is. So in the Ferrari, yeah, has lost the rear. So it's not often you see that the rear tire is flapping about, but usually the fronts are what go first. But he's obviously hit the grass, completely spun round and slammed into the wall with the rear first. So that's his qualifying session. Yeah, strange that one. Lukey on the intermediate tyres, out on track at the moment. Do you think he'll be able to improve his time on that compound?
I think not, if I'm honest. I think he didn't bang that hard. I think he didn't qualify. But you never know, if he improves it, then pretty good then.
Yeah, definitely. DRS is open. He's going to give it a go. 2 minutes left. Yeah, so that's a key sign. Perhaps he's into as if he can get some... Rex has just called it a day, I think. Made a mistake there. Coming into turn 2. Reflo's also retired. What's happened to him?
Yeah, he put it on the ultras. I think that's why he's retired, I think.
Yeah, I think you got that right. He's obviously selected the wrong tyre. so both Williams calling it a day there, and he'll pull off track. And yeah, a bit of an anticlimax to this qualifying session, but Lukey leading at the moment, really struggling with those tyres, just the car sliding all over the place.
Yeah, disabled. It's disabled DRS. DRS is disabled, so I think they can't improve the lap time.
Really tricky conditions for these podium tier drivers. Of course, they race every night at 7 PM, and this is our third race of season 11 in Canada here tonight. I wonder what the race is going to have in store for us, Sean. Do you think we'll see some more wet weather?
I think it's going to be dry at the beginning, and I think mid-race is going to be sunny.
There you go, so that's Sean's prediction. Of course, if you tuned in to the official practice session yesterday, we did see some rain in that session, so any driver that participated perhaps will have a bit of a feel for the conditions here tonight. But otherwise, they're going to be feeling their way around this track. This is definitely not quicker for Lukey, and perhaps he's just getting a feel for the car in these conditions.
Yeah, I think everyone's just in the pit lane or...
Oh, Hursto's crashed. He's crashed it. That's again turn 3. Not as bad as we saw earlier, but he spun it.
Still lots of following.
White Eagle now on the back straight as he heads towards the final chicane. A tricky chicane, that final corner. I expect to see at least somebody there today get a bit too close for comfort on that wall, and perhaps say goodbye to a front wheel.
I think that's everyone's finals still on the left, but I think we can't improve it.
Yes, I think you're right. I think that's pretty much as we said. The cars as they were. Spider Atlas as well. He's coming, but he's already slower than his lap. So lost cause this one is, and looks like Lukey's going to take pole position here. So he got the win last time out in Silverstone, a full 25 points after no points in the first round in Austria, and yeah, he's back on the front row.
Indeed, and now we already have a great start. Let's just see what's got in store for the race.
Yeah, definitely. So this is actually his first pole position at F1 TS Hub, is Lukey. So just flicked over, had a look at the stats, and can confirm it is his first pole position. So congratulations to him. Sean, you know what it feels like to start on pole position?
Yeah, it still comes a little bit of pressure with me, because you want to get like the best starts possible. So if he gets one, then I think he may drive off the distance, but you never know.
Yeah, definitely. Jura, of course, is has. If I was to say, you know, I've commentated on the previous 2 races. Jura definitely has had one of the best pace in this tier over the first 2 races, but he just wasn't able to use it with his strategy. When he pitted, he came out in traffic, and it was that Red Bull of Allen, who he starts ahead of this time, that caused him some trouble, and a bit of front wing end plate as well on the last 2 occasions he was behind him.
Yes, but we will see what Joe has. So I think he's starting second. If he maybe gets some pressure on Lukey, he might have like a lovely tasty battle.
Yeah, that's what we want. A nice tasty battle, and because these drivers have only done pretty much 1 flying lap on these Ultra Softs, what can you expect here in terms of strategy today, Sean, from these guys?
I think for me the obvious choice is just try the 1 stop, going for the Ultras to the softs, and otherwise just the 2 stops with 2 times soft.
Yes, it's not the longest pit lane, so often you do see drivers try that 2-stop strategy and obviously use the undercut and the extra grip to their advantage, but we know this game isn't the easiest to overtake on, and I think penalties could also play a big factor here tonight.
It's gonna be like a big factor, especially in the wets. You have to be careful, and the first corner involves them, because I had it many times. If you go a little bit too over, you can get like instantly a stop-go penalty instead of a win. The drivers have to watch out for that.
Yeah, definitely. So I think any driver that is able to keep it clean within the white lines will definitely take advantage of that tonight. But Luki starts and takes his first pole position at F1 TS Hub by over 0.3 of a second. The only driver into the 113s. Joel lines up alongside him with Alan, Raflo and Joret round out the top 5. Razor starts in 6th. Spider Atlas, Greenfin, Den's car, White Eagle round out the top 10, and then Hersto just starts outside, free choice of tyres ahead of Gamerstat, Rex and Maverick, who didn't set a time.
No.
So we'll wait for the loading screens to get going, and then looks like clear skies, Sean.
It's right, yes.
So this will be interesting. Drivers will now be picking their fuel, picking their strategy. You can adjust your front wing, but not too much more than that. And we got the formation lap to get through. Sean, how nervous is it sitting on the grid when perhaps you're on the front row and you know you've got the most to lose?
There's definitely coming some nerves with you, but it's only good as long as you keep it under control and just have like a good start. Then everything's going to be alright. Just focus. Just on your race alone, don't get distracted by other people and yeah, just have like a good clean race.
Yeah, definitely, that's what we want. Canada always does throw in an entertaining race, lots of battles, and it's a track that, you know, drivers want to overtake on, but it's also a track that can catch you out. The grass is either side of the white lines, and Luki practices his getaway, and I'm sure if he gets away like that in a minute or so's time, he'll be chuffed with that one.
Gonna be very proud of that.
So let's get our spectator set up. If you do see a disqualified at the bottom of the screen, it is only from the formation lap, so not to worry, we haven't lost those cars, and we'll get the position change set up so we can see on the opening lap who's the big gainers and who's the big losers. Joel's still paused at the moment, so hopefully he's just gone for a quick toilet break and he'll be back in time for the red lights to go out.
I think he is.
Yeah, I myself here, Sean, won, I think it was season 8. We were waiting to start the race, waiting for a driver to see whether he could get back in the lobby. I was messaging one of the hosts about it, and all of a sudden my teammate asked me on the radio, said, "Nick, what happened to you at the start?" And whilst I was in the PSM home screen, everyone else had taken away.
Oh.
So yeah, that's
really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the advantages of looking after the lobby and trying to look after all the drivers. And yeah, I was front row that day, but it wasn't to be.
Joe is still not pressed like start again, so hope he doesn't get back in time.
Yeah, definitely. Making us all nervous here as Joe starts on the front row. He hasn't got long as we all line up on the grid now. Oh, there he goes. He must have heard us.
Yeah. Good boy, Joe.
Not a very long run, but there's chances to go down the inside and the outside into turn 1. And we'll wait for the 5 lights, Sean. They're coming on. Drivers are revving their engine. Gear 1 ready to go, and we are
on the way.
Yes, yeah.
Good job. Good start from Lucky.
Yeah, it definitely is. Joe looks like he's got swamped
as well. And he takes second place and 3. No, oh. That's slow. He has broken a little bit of his end plate.
Yeah, he definitely has. Alan braked quite heavily there into turn 2 for some reason, and I think it just caught the Williams driver out. It enabled, it enabled kind of the 3 of them to go 3 wide. Joel trying to gain up now as he's lost 2 positions from that one. So Rex is up 4 already. As they come under the tunnel here, we can see Lukey leading it away at the moment. That Red Bull of Alan, always up near the podium places since he joined F1 TS Hub. Rex is now up 5 positions. The biggest loser has been Green Finn as we head into the hairpin for the first time. What can that Ferrari of Joret do? He gets a good exit on the McLaren. Talk us through this one, Sean.
Yeah, he got a bad exit because Joe braked, I think, a little bit bad for his braking point. Going around the outside. Is he gonna stick it or not? Oh, going back to the inside. No, he just read it.
Oh, who's that spun? That's Joe. Joe spun it. He's in the wall.
Yeah, Joe's out. Oh dear. Oh man, what happened there?
Front wing damage. Yeah, too much wheel spin on the rear tires. Hursto's in the pits already for wing repairs. Joe's going to have to do a whole lap with his wing damage now. So he's been through a few front wings in the opening rounds, and that looks set to continue. He's down 11 places already from his grid position. Disappointing start to the season for Joe when he's got such good pace.
It is such bad luck. Hopefully he's gonna give up and maybe still fight for Gifford to get those points.
Yeah, definitely. He's hounding the back of that Renault at the moment, even with that broken front wing. And we're seeing Greenfin and Dan's car go side by side. Greenfin's now spun it. The Renault behind hit him and got damage. So that's 3 cars all in one. Got damage from that. Maverick gains a position. Yeah, Maverick's got no front wing as well. We're going to see a few busy pit lane here this lap.
Yes. And Lucky is like managed to get all of this and has almost like a 2-second gap to the rest. So better start. Very good start for him.
Yeah, it definitely is. So let's see. Greenfin's going to head back, and we'll get you confirmation of who's on what tire once this DRS is enabled. Once these stops are complete.
Dan's car is in the pit as well for a global front wing. And this, yeah.
The Ferrari mechanics. So Joe reckons. Perhaps he reckons he can still get good pace in that Toro Rosso, even with the wing damage, but it's going to hurt him through these fast sweeping corners in Canada.
Hopefully it doesn't look too bad, and maybe he will get replaced when he goes to his traditional systems.
Good stuff. We're Sean. They're just asking some of the guys are asking on the stream if you're able to turn your mic up slightly, just so it can be portrayed better on the live stream. I don't know if that's something you can do in the party settings.
I can do that maybe a little bit quick.
Oh, Sean dives down the inside. Gamersat kind of just gets scared out of a move there, has to avoid him. It was a kind of a do or die for Joe. Gains a position nonetheless.
Is that better?
Yep, much louder. Reflow just set the fastest lap of the race, and he's now closing in on Allen. So Allen in second place under attack from the Williams at the moment.
He is. He's going to inquire, and maybe Garrison, if he's getting there, get the DRS and maybe overtake him before the World Champions.
Yeah, it'll. Joe's come into the pits, by the way, fitted that soft tire. So how long do you think these soft tires can last around here?
I think they can last, but I think not like 31 laps. That's impossible. He has to stop again. But then, like, I think the smartest way is to go around lap 26, 27 in that range and fit in the overshot so you can like attack those final laps.
Yeah, it'll be interesting race for him. Compromise strategy, of course. Now Reflow's going to get DRS here on the Red Bull. Talk us through this one, Sean.
You get the DRS. Hopefully, we got the slipstream. And Alan's going pretty defensive. Round the outside. Let's see. Is he gonna stick it? Yes, they are, and they go almost off track, and Flo has a 3-second time penalty.
So he continues on as well. Yeah, he needs to give the. He wasn't a full car length ahead, so the driver's warned in the pre-race stewards report. If you cut a corner, if you cut the last corner and get in position, just give it back straight away, because chances are you'll be in the steward's office afterwards.
I think he will, but I think it's just now a moment like he doesn't have the position back. I think he's now in that flow, I think.
Yeah, Allen gets a bit of a tank slapper there, so it'll be interesting to see whether he can return the DRS favour now this time around, but he's got the penalty, so perhaps he's thinking that I've got that, I don't want to lose any more time, but it's not, it wasn't a fair position gained in my opinion.
But Allen is already at the back of here, so maybe he will get it back.
Yeah, definitely, the Red Bull looks to have got a better exit. The Williams went a little bit deep there, so a long straight as they head to the last corner. It isn't the easiest place to overtake. You've really got to rely on getting the car ahead before you get to the braking zone. Otherwise, it's just going to be very difficult to try and get past in that braking zone. Oh, that was close.
That was close, Alan. That was close. Luckily, no front wing damage.
Here comes the Ferrari of Jorit, trying to get past Spider Atlas. Turn 1 this is.
We lost up a little bit.
Giving each other room. Tries to switch back. Is he going to be able to get this done? They bang wheels. Oh, and the tank slapper.
I think hard but fair racing still. So
yeah, I have to agree.
Oh, he's got a time penalty as well.
So we'll have a look now with Hursto. He's all over the back of Jaw, but again, that final corner doesn't seem to have much grip when you light the rear tyres up.
Oh, they're all getting penalties at the moment.
Yes, we did say we expect to see a high penalty race here in Canada. It always does, you know, catch the drivers out. It's tricky to be consistent. Jaw up to 12th place now on those soft tyres. Let's bring you confirmation of who has and hasn't stopped. Dan's car, Jaw, Hursto and Greenfin all have come into the pits and fitted a new set of boots. Yeah, so the top 10 haven't pitted. Top 6 all on ultra softs, by the way. Lukey leads by 3.1.
George gets a good exit. Oh no! Oh, he's at the broken front wing. Was weer end on the final lap, on the final corner.
Under attack from Razart now as well.
It's getting pretty tough for him at the moment right now. Especially in this corner, I think it's going to be it.
Perhaps Razart just lining them up. Of course, Razart a veteran in F1 TS Hub, so he knows exactly how to get the job done in that Red Bull.
Just meanwhile, like, Luke is still extending to get to 3 seconds already, so he's just enjoying the moment, maybe saving his tires and fuel, and look after the fence, I think.
Yes, no penalties I haven't seen for Lukey at the moment, but it'll be difficult. 35 laps to try and get the job done without any penalties. But if you know you've got a bit of a gap, you can.
Who's that spun off? Yes, no front wing at all anymore.
Hursto. So his nightmare season continues. Currently in 14th place without a front wing. He's retired from the session, so he should have gone to the pit lane and done that. The car's going to pull off track, and I wonder what.
It is pretty close to Jared. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's right.
He doesn't stick it. Jared doesn't want to give up the 5th place. Good to see.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, you driving for Ferrari as well. No favoritism, I hope, there for Jorit and Razart.
Yeah. Razor thinks better of it.
Is it just me, or is it raining, Sean? I can see rain. I can see rain.
A safety car, yeah. Hursto has left the session. He lost the safety car.
So Hursto's left. It's raining, and the safety car's come out. DRS has also been disabled. So I can only presume that, yeah, the DRS. So I think that's because of the safety car and not the rain.
Oh, yeah.
But what are these drivers gonna do now? Because rain's falling, but they can't come in just yet.
They have to stay out. I mean, it's not like wet enough for Inter, so they have to stay out.
This is our first safety car F1 TS Hub since season 10 in Silverstone. If you remember last year, where it was such a close finish, and Lukey gonna control the place, drive through for Rex.
Oh.
Alan's come into the pits. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna take a gamble here?
5 seconds to go as well.
Intermediates for Alan. So he's done what? Yeah, he's done what? Yeah. Alternating strategies between these guys now.
And the rest has stayed out.
So Lukey's controlling the pace now behind the safety car. We haven't seen any issues with the safety car so far. Hopefully they can all just get lined up, and then we can you know, just go racing again without issues, and the safety car can do what it's intended to do.
Yeah, I mean I hope like the safety car doesn't come out in 3 laps every time, because that really just ruins the race.
Yeah, it definitely does. I only thought that was with the virtual safety car. I haven't seen that with the actual one, but I could be wrong.
It was just, yeah, it's the safety car as well. I saw with other players as well. Oh, it was a little bit like that. But like it was with other players as well. I saw it as well. The safety car came out and after 3 laps, but hopefully it doesn't happen in this race.
So you know who this is going to help, Sean? The drivers that obviously got wing damage, drivers like Jor and Green Finn, who got wing damage on the first few laps, had to come in and pit, and you know they're going to catch this safety car up, and they're going to be right back in this race again.
Yes. Jor is still on the soft, so in these conditions right now, he has like the better tire advantage, and hopefully he can push a little bit harder before the rain, and hopefully he can back up to the points. He's already doing a good job.
Yeah, he definitely is doing a good job. Well, as Jorik comes into the pits.
Yeah. There's the pit on. Fine from Inters and Razor as well.
So perhaps they think it's wet enough. Now, if Lukey comes in now, surely, you know, this is where it's difficult for the leader because, you know, he's got the one that's got the most to lose here.
And he has to make the decision now. It rains no harder than a couple of laps before. Still not well enough. I think we just have to wait for the sign. If DRS is disabled, then I think the driver's coming into the pits.
I think these drivers who have chosen their inters are kind of banking that the safety car stays out as long as possible until it's raining heavy enough for them to work.
It is. So hopefully, for the other drivers who are on the inters, they stay out, and for the rest, hopefully safety comes in as fast as possible.
Yeah, so it definitely looks a lot wetter than when it first started. Are we going to see a bit of a lead change here? What's Lukey going to do? He's tucked up behind that safety car. He's got second and third behind him, both on Ultra Softs. Then you've got Dan's car on Ultras and Jaw on Softs. Everyone else choosing to switch onto the soft tire. Into tire, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, the safety car is still going another lap. So I think on lap 11 the safety car comes in.
So what is Lukey going to do? He continues. Reflow jumps, he gambles, jumps into the pit, so does Spider Atlas. What's Dan's car going to do? He continues. Jaw bails.
Oh,
Jaws gets a penalty too.
Ignoring yellow flags.
That's a strange one.
What did he do actually?
I'm not sure. So yeah.
There was no accident, I think.
Yeah, there was no yellow flags. There was just safety car. So not too sure. Lukey now. Dan's car has reversed it, I think. Dan's car's reversed it to come back into... I think Dan's car spun it on the final corner. Kind of reversed it a little bit, and now he's bailed into the pits. So Lukey, he's just completely lost out now. If he comes into the pits, Sean, he's going to end up in last place.
He is. He's basically screwed now. He is basically... I think he had the killer on with the rest on lap 10. Because the rain is now even pouring harder now than even on lap 10.
Is the safety car going to come in this lap?
I hope it will for me personally. But I think, no, I think still going to do another lap.
So, drivers trying to get their tires up to temperature. The gaps, of course, Green Finn is trying to catch up to this safety car pack. He can push, get kind of used to those conditions on those tires. That's going to perhaps be an advantage for him once we get underway. Is the safety car staying out another lap? Looks to me it is.
No, he's in.
Safety car is coming in.
Yeah, the safety coming in. I see the lights coming out. And
yeah.
Oh, he's left the session.
Game stats left. Lukey's got to control this, and we're about to find out. And I think we can already see Lukey spun it.
He's spun off. Broke the front wing, I think. Oh.
This could be a disqualification. He's coming back. Is he going to make it? Game stats rejoined. He's a lucky boy there.
He's back to the pits. Oh, cheeky little boy.
He's still
lose so much time.
Yeah, you're right there. Alan gets a penalty now, so we can see some positions changing.
Michael has spun off, I think.
Oh, yeah, massive accident. He's spun. He's been hit twice now. Is it lag?
Lag spine, I think.
Yeah, I think it's lag. I think it is lag because he's back up to 4th position now. So
Yeah.
what's happened there? Who's got damage? Jorit looks like he's got damage from that. Reflo, there seems to be a bit of lag between Reflo and Jorit. So that Williams driver...
That's very unlucky for Jorit.
That Renault doesn't get damage from hitting that car, so perhaps it just was lag. Gamersat trying to get back into his Force India. Greenfin still recovering.
Yo, what the hell was that? He's dived on fine for all of a sudden. I don't know if that was right or not, but it was pretty reckless dive on.
Yeah, Reflo seems to be lagging a little bit on my screen, which is strange because I've never seen that in the previous 2 rounds.
No, he hasn't. He has to.
He's pitted.
Now.
Rex is pitted.
Lots of penalties. And Spirit is going on the side. Don't know if he's better than.
So, where's Lukey come out? 12th position, 20 seconds at the back. You can't really describe a worse way to get the safety car, get the race going again after a safety car period. It looks like it's getting wetter though. That could perhaps, you know, come to his help.
You can get the wet weathers, but I think it's gonna be raining bad enough. I think it's gonna be just light rain.
Yeah, definitely. So the rain coming down, bouncing off these cars. Greenfin just getting past Gamersat. Rex follows him through as well. Now, Lukey, he'll be thinking, what have I done to deserve this?
Yeah, it's just so unlucky. He had to fit it on that turn with the rest. I think he would. Oh, and there's a wide angle has spun up, I think. Or what in the happen.
Yeah. Yeah, the McLaren going past now gives him a bit of a squeeze, but he manages to get the room and get on the inside. Yeah, perhaps there's enough wing damage. Surely he continues on. So Spider Atlas. Perhaps he likes the feel of that Ferrari with a bit of a broken front wing. White Eagle in the pits now. That's going to move Greenfin up a position. Look at Jor, already up to 6th now after, you know, the first couple laps. He would have been upset with his race, but 14 out of 35, and he's doing alright.
Yeah, Murphy's been a little bit on the grass, but good comeback from Jor. Looks like he hasn't given up yet, so if he can still get like some decent results, I think he may have a chance to get a podium.
Yeah, it definitely will. Jor closing in on Maverick now. So Maverick doing a good job in the top 5. You know, he is he struggled a little bit last season, but I've really seen an improvement from him in season 11 as Jor now lines him up. It looks like the drivers are struggling so much out there in these conditions.
I think it's going to be heavier and heavier, and we have another safety car.
Safety car. So what's that for?
I think it's just still with the safety car glitch, I think, because no one has left the session.
Have we seen anyone crash out or make a mistake?
I see no one made a mistake on anyone on boards. Gamer said has left the session again. Maybe he's dead off the course again. I think he joined back and then like...
he's had an incident. Yeah, he's going very slowly at the hairpin, so perhaps that... Razor switching onto the wet tyre, Sean.
And he always had a stop go. I think he speeded in the pit lane. I saw it briefly. And Prideful as well. Oh my! You see a lot of like stop go penalties.
Yeah, so struggling to get the car slowed down. But this is going to help Lukey. Gamersat's rejoin the session. Can he get control of that car? And if not, perhaps he needs to call it a day here.
Yeah, normally I don't like to say, but I think he has. I mean, he joins like back and forth every time, and he's gonna leave another session again, and he might cause like another safety car, and he's just gonna ruin like many people's races right now.
Yeah, definitely. Lukey will be praying for this safety car. He's come in now and fitted the wet tire, so him and Razor are the two drivers making the switch, and Maverick up to 4th position now. Alan leading this race.
And Joe has dropped to 9th place. I don't know what happened there. was
Yes.
7-6 and now...
I think Joel pitted, but actually put the intermediates on again. So perhaps he wants to try and take those to the end.
He stopped. I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, so we can draw it 2 stops up in second place at the moment. Yeah, this is we haven't seen safety cars now. We've seen a couple of them, and this is really going to pack the field up again. We're seeing a Ferrari come in. Who is that? Second and third come in. Are they going for the full wets?
I think they're going for the full wets. Meanwhile, Maverick just gained like 12 position up right now with safety car. Pretty good job from him.
Yeah, definitely. This is the highest position he's been in at F1 TS Hub, and perhaps he's done some wet weather practice, Sean, this week.
I think so. Meanwhile, I think he has. And Joel, I thought he went going to the other match.
So Sean, I've got a question for you. Tell me this: Alan, he's leading this pack now in first place. Is the same thing going to happen to him? What happened to Lukey, where it gets too wet and he can't continue on those tires, and he just loses out because he's the leader again, and he doesn't want to be the one to make the call.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hard right now. I think it's raining pretty hard. Normally, like the Inders are still very good in wet conditions on this game. Don't ask me why. But I think Kent is one of the sessions where you need to have, like, I think the wet tires if it's like really falling down.
Reflow, by the way, on his outlap after pitting onto those wets, he spun it, not half spun it in the first sector, hit the wall and damaged his front wing. So what was he going to do? Is he going to come back in? He was in second place, I believe.
Which guy was it? And
Reflow, the Williams. He's got wing damage on the right hand side on those full wets.
Yeah, I can see that. If he can still stay out, still a decent pace, then I think he hasn't. Then for him, just don't go to this. But if it is, then like just go to this.
So Gamersat's back in his car, by the way, Sean, and he's up to 6th position. So
wow.
he seems to be doing all right from this.
Oh, that's broken. I think George broken it. And the 5-second stop go penalty as well for white label.
I think I'm not sure. They came together.
Jordan has a broken front wing as well again.
Yep, he's going to change it. New one coming on.
What happened there?
No, I just caught the end of it.
I saw a little bit with Gamerset. He just... Oh, he lost his front wing. Gamerset lost the front wing in green thing. So yes. But about the insert, I think I saw like Gamerset is going pretty slow, I think. On my screen, I think George is like hit the back of it.
Yeah, I think they're struggling in these conditions. Perhaps being so slow behind the safety car, they're just struggling to get temperature in those tires.
I think they are. They are now pretty frustrated, I think, because I think the safety guys come out again and we can change the position.
So, what's going to happen in this race? It's all happened so far. This is F1 TS Hub, of course, Season 11, and this is our podium tier. They race every night, Friday night at 7 p.m. At 8 p.m. we have our Pinnacle tier. They'll be live soon with Jono and Jamie in the commentary box for that one. And then tonight you'll have our Prestige tier with myself and Alan having the honours of commentating on our top drivers. But Sean, it's been an entertaining night so far, and we're only halfway through this podium tier.
Yeah, halfway through, and I think the safety car is going in this lap, so we're going for a restart again.
So, safety car coming in.
Looks a very good getaway. He's already up a second. Meanwhile, Gameset is going to the pits for the broken front wing, so is White Label.
Spider Atlas gets very close to the Renault, has to kind of pull out of it. He doesn't want to hit him. And I think this is going to be who can keep it on track, who can keep their wing clean, and who can just kind of pod along to the end of the race with the least amount of penalties. Lots of drivers now switching to the wets.
I think they are.
Maverick moves down a position.
Yes, I think he got overtaken by Speedwell just round the outside. Pretty good move from him.
Yeah, definitely. So perhaps Maverick looking at the long game here, saying if I just keep staying on track, not making mistakes, these guys are all gonna, fold their hands in front of me, and I'll pick up the pieces. As he's now chased down by Razor in the Red Bull, who on the full wets, it's we got 4 or 5 tires. Yeah, six cars on the inters, and we've got 7 cars on the wet. So, which is the right choice, Sean?
I think it's just now. Ooh, they're getting close. I think it's now the right time for wet weather, and they have another time penalty for flying for exceeding track limits.
So both Williams are in the wall. Rex is retired. Yeah. Rex is retired.
I think with that, I think we had to avoid the collision. I think that's why maybe we got like the whole chicane. I think just to avoid the collision.
Yeah, not good for the Williams team. Both cars, I don't know if they came together or what happened. Greenfins moves ahead of Razor. They're going side by side, squeezes him out. Razor comes back at him, brakes late, and has to take to the runoff.
I think Greenfins need a little bit more space, but I don't know about that one.
The racing line does naturally cut across, but obviously you've got to be careful if there's a car alongside you. You can't just disappear. It is a straight. It is an overtaking opportunity.
Oh, Maverick lost it, and he hasn't got a burger from him. He's still continuing on.
He loses a position.
Yeah.
So look at Greenfin. He had wing damage, spun out on the second lap. He's now in 3rd place, only 6-7 seconds off the lead. Look at Lukey back up to 7th position now.
You're back up again a little bit. So I think some drivers are doing comeback race for today.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see exactly what's going to happen here. But yellow flags to Sec 2. Reflow's retired.
Oh, I think this.
He's binned it.
I think he just lost it, yeah.
Yeah, he's binned it. Is this going to cause another safety car? The Williams driver's out. We're down to 11.
I hope he doesn't left the session. Hopefully.
And look at Joret now, right on the back of Razor. He's still got that wing damage, does he, Sean? He hasn't fixed it.
I think, or no, he hasn't still fixed it. So, and still keep him up with Razor. I think it's still a pretty good job.
Yeah, definitely. So he obviously feels comfortable in that car.
Pretty surprised. And George come to the pits, I think, for another set of inters. What is he doing? He said another set of inters. Well, it's clearly full reds. Pretty strange call by George.
Yeah, an interesting one there. He's gone on to the inters, which looks like again. So as he comes back out, 11th place.
Not a great position for him. Well, it's clearly like full wet conditions. So, and we have another. No.
We've got a safety car.
I think we have this glitch again.
I think we do have a safety car glitch. So thank you for this one, Codemasters. Clapping sums it up.
And Maverick speeding on the safety car. Nice penalty.
Alan comes in from the race lead. So what tire is he going to select now?
I think he's going to do wets. Yeah, he does. Greenfin also a 5-second slot go.
Spider Atlas coming in for wets.
Yes, Greenfin for inters. That's not a good position.
So Greenfin obviously feels it's not wet enough yet. What's Maverick doing?
He's going for the wets.
Yeah.
I think he also had to fight.
Look at Lukey, Sean. He's back up to 4th position.
I think he's very lucky if that's safety car. Back up to 4th. Good job for him.
So Jules now pitted 5 times. Do you think that Toro Rosso team's going to have any front wings left by the end of the race?
I think not. They have to repair very quickly, or they have to steal it from the big brother team already. I don't think they are going to like it.
No, definitely not. So Alan loses a couple of positions there. He's now in 3rd, but he's right behind the cars in front. Joret, he still hasn't fixed that wing.
But if he still can continue on and sets the pace, then yeah, I'm not really that bad.
Yeah, so interesting one. The rain definitely looks like it's coming down heavy here, and I think it is definitely the right call to be on those full wet tires. Did Did
at the same
Reflow leave the
teamwork.
session to cause that safety car, I wonder?
I think with games that I think he does. I think it's because if the safety car is on, it gets pretty tricky though. Someone's going like when someone moves the lobby, so it's pretty unfortunate, but if they're disconnecting or whatever you have. So it's pretty unfortunate that that someone has left the session for like 3 times now. It's safety car. Really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have to see what happens here, but at least it bumps the field up and doesn't make it easy sitting. Anyone who makes a mistake, which is so easy to do in these conditions, they get a lifeline to try and get back in it. Our pinnacles here, by the way, our 8 PM race session are almost about to get underway, 5 minutes away. Sean, www.f1tshub.com, you can head over, check out how to sign up to race in F1 TS Hub. We do have a waiting list at the moment, but of course we try and get everyone seated as quickly as we possibly can. How are we ever going to sum up what happened in this race, Sean?
I think the summer is just like the safety car glitch, I think, in my opinion. I think the safety car with this has changed everything in this race.
Definitely has. Lukey led this race from the start. Safety car caused him to, make a decision, which was to stay out on the dry tyres, and it cost him. He dropped down. He's now back up to 4th, as many other drivers have dropped down and recovered from it. So Razor leads this race now on those wet tyres. Only Green, Finn, Danskar and Jaw.
Safety is coming this lap, so we're gonna bunch up again. Hopefully nobody makes mistakes or has a broken front wing.
He was only out for 2 laps that time, I think, Sean.
I think the last time was 3, so hopefully it goes away.
Yeah, we don't really want to see it again.
No, I think this is only good now. Let's see who has the best restart.
Razor exits the final corner. They all seem to get away. Yeah. Oh, there's a Renault in the wall.
Yeah, Danskar is out.
He's binned it. So how many times have we seen a car do that in the final sector on that last chicane on the exit?
At least 6 drivers we've seen that.
If you're sitting in the stands opposite, you'll see some action here today.
Meanwhile, like, Jordan is still on the back of Razor, even with the broken front wing.
Yep.
Alan just came out of nowhere and takes 2nd position.
Yeah, leaves flying up in the air now. Alan drops, up into 2nd. So Jorrit should have changed that front wing. He's battling now with Aaron. Oh, Alan. Oh, this is close. He saves it. Now the Mercedes is going to be all over him. Spider Atlas is just behind. White Eagle's just got ahead of Gamer Sat, who's doing well to keep going in this race. Jaw's just behind as well.
Pretty close. He's going to make a dive bomb. Yes, he does. They're going side by side. Squeeze him out a little bit, and he gets 9th position.
So Joe moves up one. Hello to everyone watching.
Jorrit's still losing it. And Jorrit has 5 seconds still to go. Like, that's what I'm talking about. If you go over that curve, you instantly get a 5 seconds still to go.
Yeah, it's strange. Look how close the Mercedes is to that Ferrari. He's almost pushing him into turn 1. So is he going to try do the switch back? Very tentative on the throttle. How tricky is it going to be for these guys in these conditions, in this full wet?
It's really tricky. I mean, with this weather, you can see like the speed of the other car. It's so difficult to drive. So they have to keep it together. Otherwise, they're using maybe some very important positions.
So all drivers bar 2 are separated within DRS. Nope, Greenfin's I think just made a mistake to fall out of DRS from that one. And how are you meant to call a winner here? Razor's leading over a second now, but you almost feel like anyone can win this race.
I think it is. Maybe some guys can push it a little bit, and you might see maybe a different winner, but because it goes, so we may see some action.
Yes, we hopefully will. Look at Luke, he's still trying to get back onto the podium position.
Doesn't get any assist from Jorrit. but he's got a pretty good exit. Better than George.
A race winner last time out, of course.
Going around the outside.
Oh, this would be a sweet move.
Does he make it? Does he make it? Very good move there from Lucky.
Shows you what champions are made of. That move there.
Yeah.
Of course, in these conditions to pull that off, you know, it's very tricky, and he's really pushing that car to the limit. He looks hooked up in that Mercedes, and he was a former champion in season 9. He's showing us why here in Canada.
Meanwhile, I think Alan made a mistake because it's already dropped to almost like half a second was first.
Yeah, so Alan's got ahead of Razor. I missed that one, but the Red Bull drivers 1 and 2 at the moment.
Look, yes, again, a good exit on Razor. Goes for a dive maybe.
Oh, he gets very close. That's wing damage.
Oh my God.
No. Not another safety car. So we know that Den's car crashed, but I think this could just be the safety car glitch here. Here's Sean.
Oh, I saw Luke just flying to Razor.
So yeah, Den's car's. So what are these guys going to do? Line up behind. So do you think this is a safety car glitch, or do you think it's from when drivers are leaving the session it's causing it?
I think it is. I think you see very, very rarely that like if someone retires from the session and even stays in the lobby, that he's like called in a safety car. It's most likely if someone left, then they call the safety car.
Disappointing to keep having the race stopped. You know, every time he gets excited, it's
very excited.
Yeah, the drivers are just sliding around this track in these conditions. Lap 26 out of 35 now.
Yeah, we are almost like an hour just going to the race with the safety cars.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it definitely has. I mean, look, it's going to bring Maverick and Gamer Sat. If you can just hang on to the end of this race, I mean, you're going to score points.
Yeah.
There's only 10 drivers left.
He has to stay on track, don't make any mistake, and you still get the points. And I think already 2 points, I believe.
Yeah, this will be a long race for these guys. It'll feel like it's gone on forever. Hopefully safety car comes in either this lap or next lap. It didn't stay out very long last time. Hopefully it comes in ASAP so we can get racing. But Red Bull doing a good job 1 and 2 at the moment, Sean.
Yeah, they're doing this as well. They have, I think, the least amount of pit stops along with Lucky, so they get the head full.
Oh,
and they made a mistake. Racer made a mistake. He just plowed into the wall. So
yeah.
The most lucky to stand. This is unbelievable.
Spider Atlas is in too.
White Eagle as well.
Front wing change for White Eagle. Surely this is going to go down as the most busy pit lane, the most amount of pit stops at any F1 TSL race in history.
I think so, yeah. Joyce already got the record for this race with 5 pit stops, and just Alan, Lucky, and Maverick are the only ones with only 2 pit stops.
So we're seeing drivers now switch on to the intermediates. Do you think the rain's gotten lighter now, and it's perhaps time to get onto the intermediate tires? We know it's good in all conditions round in this game.
It is. I think it was from Lucky or from Alan on his onboard, and that it is slowing slightly less rain now, but I think it's still the right time. I think for the inters, for the wets.
So Sean reckons it's the right time for the wets. We've got the top 3 on wets, then 4th and 5th on intermediates, Maverick on the wets, and then the rest of the top 10. Only 10 remaining here today. The rest have all bitten the bullet, crashed out, lost wheels, or just called it an early night. The safety car has done quite a few laps here tonight in Canada, but it's been an exciting one.
It is, and the safety car doesn't come in, so we have to stay another lap on the safety car,
which is frustrating to say the least. Lap 27 out of 35, and you can see that SC flashing on the right hand side of your screen. The safety car, it says green on the top, but I don't think it's coming in. No, it's staying out another lap. So who comes in?
Lucas pitted.
Just about gets. Yeah, he just about got that car slowed down, Sean. That was very on the limit. And yeah, intermediate tyres, so he's made the call early this time.
Snowing. Yeah, the rain is like coming less down than what I expected, so it's still, I think, now the right time, I think, to go to the Eagles.
I thought you said there that it was snowing, Sean, but no, you said slowing.
Yeah,
I thought no, it can't be snowing.
Luckily we don't have snow tires in F1.
No, Luki accelerates heavily out of the pit lane there, just gets out in front of Gamersat, so that's going to be important for him to catch the pack up. And hopefully this lap we're going to get underway, he'll catch back up. He's going to be on the freshest tyres for the last, 7 or so laps of this race.
Yeah, if you have fresh like Indies, then like you have like a massive advantage over guys with like, even if like little warm, it's like warm Indies. He has like a massive advantage right now.
So Alan leading this race at the moment. We've seen so many lead changes. We've seen almost every driver at some point be in contention for a podium. And when we get underway, hopefully for the final time from safety car period, we're going to see these drivers battle it out in the last remaining laps to see who can finish where. 10 drivers left, all going to score points if they cross the line in one piece. Is the safety car coming in this lap? It looks to me it is.
Yes. Yeah, the lights are off. So we're gonna bunch up again for this time today.
Yeah, so crazy stuff. Safety car coming in. The two guys in front is going to be interesting now. Are the wets going to hold on? Is it going to continue raining, or have the guys switched onto Inters made the right call? Alan exits now the final corner. We can see he's got a rear gunner, Jorit, but Green Finn behind.
They all have like a good exit, and Luke has passed wide angle, and he has a broken front wing. He has a broken front wing. I know. I did with Rookie, but. And Maverick spawn!
The Renault taking a trip across the grass, now in 10th position.
No front wing damage, but maybe some fresh Inters will help.
I think that's the third time he spun, but managed to not get any wing damage. So he's a pro at keeping that front wing all in one piece. Look at cars going wide and having to go side by side. Look how close Green Finn is to his teammate. This is almost 3 wide with Jaw just behind. Jorit versus Jaw versus Green Finn. Has Green Finn compromised himself? No. Is now Jaw going to compromise himself? With Razart there. Lukey trying to get back past as well.
Lukey gets a good exit, I think, on Razart. I think he's going to get this move.
Yeah, yes. Down the inside.
Brakes late.
Stops the McLaren turning in. Now Razart gets the job back on him,
yeah,
but
I think he has a broken front wing damage, I think, a little bit. It's a really hard drive of him, but I think he couldn't stop the car thing in time.
Yeah, that gives Spider Atlas front wing damage, so what's he going to do? Is he going to come into the pits?
I think he...
No, he goes...
Time penalties goes, and Green Finn spun, I think, almost knows. Draw it. And Joe goes up to third.
Oh, there's a Ferrari in the wall. Well. There's another car in the wall.
It's all Armageddon here.
Yeah, it's all happening down the straight here in Canada. Cars changing position, left, right, and center. Debris all over the track.
Podium as well, and Joe, he has spun up as well. He was third, and now he's up top to 8. And where is going on the left side of Joe?
Oh, Joe tries to hang it. Recovers from a spin there.
Very spiral does. There he goes. Yeah, Vinny found Joe. He gets 6th place.
So Lukey could still win this race.
Yeah, he's really closing up on Green Finn. He goes to, he cuts the corner. He completely cuts the corner and he wore the time penalty.
Yeah, so
it's really dumb move from him.
Lukey's letting him back through. Lukey let him back through there. Good sportsmanship. Yes, I'm not sure whether maybe there was a touch, Sean, and that's why Green Finn made the mistake. But look at White Eagle. Down there as well. Jorit's dropped completely down the order at the moment.
No, he spun, they collided. There's broken front wing for Joe and not for Gamersat. It's not. Joe just squeezed him out a little bit to Maverick, and that's with the game lost, I think, his front wing.
So Joe's going to have to come into the pits. Maverick's going to move back up to 8th position after his earlier spin. It's hard to keep track of all these mistakes these guys are making. It's been a messy one, but the whole session's been a bit messy, to be fair. Alan leads this race. Green Finn just touches the back. Lukey's there as well.
Gonna get a good exit. Green finish is good for now. But he has to really watch out for Luki. Because I think he is really hungry now. To get maybe that first place again.
Top 6 drivers all within half a second of each other. How crazy is this? There's a Mercedes touched the wall. He's got wing damage. No,
to the wall.
He's down to 6. No, he doesn't have wing damage. What happened there?
He was a glitch, I think. I saw him just like stopping and then like... And game set is out.
Game set's binned it. Finally, he's out of this race after a few disconnections, a few mistakes. He won't be scoring points here today.
Green Fin has dropped out of the podium. 4th place. Peter is going inside. He's going 3 places. There's another safety car. That's why. There's another safety car now.
So what is that? Is that because of Gamersat or because I think we've done more than 3 laps, haven't we?
It's now from Gamersat, I think, because he's still in a dangerous position.
So look at all these cars. They're kind of bunching up. They're not really sure who needs to overtake who.
Yeah, Maverick has a speeding penalty. Speeding on the safety car.
So what's Alan going to do here on those wet tires? Yeah, so Gamersat's left the session. Greenfin goes past Razart. No, sorry. Yeah, no, Razart goes past Jorit.
Yeah.
Absolute carnage here in the podium tier. Meanwhile, live on our channel, as what's going on here? Razart breaks late and hits Jorit. I think he just locked up there. Front wing damage for maybe slightly for Jorit already had wing damage.
Yes. I think
yeah.
I think he has a little bit of front wing damage. The drivers I think are like very frustrated right now with the safety car coming out for the 6th time I think they come.
I know one man that won't mind, that'll be Alan. He hopes it stays out for the rest of the race, I imagine. But this could be his first win at F1 TS Hub. And also, just to mention as well, if goes, but the safety car will probably come in with the last lap remaining. So that's going to be absolute carnage with all drivers bunched up.
I think it's going out maybe one more lap on lap 33 and then he comes in. I think at the end of the race it only goes like 1 lap. I think safety car. So maybe after this lap we have like say a restart.
Well, at least we know the safety car exists on this game, Sean. That's one thing we've been able to establish here tonight.
I've noticed that. I'm sure some Codemasters guys maybe can see this. Maybe they can sort it out for 2018.
Hopefully they can. Safety car lights are flashing, but let's run through the order. Alan leads with White Eagle in 2nd, Spider Atlas is in 3rd, Lukey's in 4th, Greenfin's in 5th, Razart's in 6th, Jorit's in 7th, Maverick's in 8th, and Jorah's in 9th. I can tell you at some point in this race, the top 7 have genuinely led the race. But, it's White Eagle. He's got wing damage already, but just manages to slow the car down.
Yeah. I mean, he still has like gained 8 positions, so he's still doing good at the moment. And Lucky as well with that comeback still, after the spawns. So he's doing a good job.
I don't think there's a driver here tonight who hasn't been able to have a comeback. We got 9 left. 10.
Yes.
Who's that?
He's hit the back. He's pretty well first, but he hasn't had a burn from anything. He landed like literally on the back of him.
Just hearing Sean that in the Pinnacle race that's live at the moment, also at F1 TS Hub on our YouTube channel, that there's going to be heavy rain at the end of their race. So looks like rain is in order here tonight. Do you think your tier, the Prestige tier, are going to be able to have some rain tonight as well?
I mean, I hope there's some rain because I love wet weather. So let's hope there's some rain. And the safety car comes this lap.
So you were right on that one, Sean. And just to let you know, we are going to have a couple laps frenzy towards the end of the race. This is going to be crazy. Who is going to finish on top?
It's going to be Armageddon. I think if Alan can keep his car under control and restarts, he might just win this, even on wet tires when it's clearly intermediate conditions. That would be absolute madness.
His first win at F1 TS Hub as well, if he was able to do it. Oh no!
Yes,
White Eagle!
Oh my goodness me! What happened there?
He just hit it. He hit too much of the inside curve. Went straight into the wall.
He didn't ghost. Has no front wing at all. That's so unlucky for him.
Joel recovers up to 6th now. Lukey's back up to 7th place. Greenfin's moved up one as well.
Has the lead. Lukey has the lead of Alan in the almost the penultimate lap.
So what happened there? Do you think Alan's just not got enough grip on those full wets? He's been on them for a while now.
Yeah, I think he has no grip and he's clearly intermediate conditions. So he may be happy if he's still getting on the podium because it's like intermediate conditions right now.
How are penalties going to change this as well? Razor's all over the back of Greenfin.
Oh.
We're seeing Jor get past Jorit now. So Jor's back into the top 5 after his race. How is that possible?
Unbelievable. Just, sometimes you need a little bit of luck. And clearly luck is on his side at the moment for Jor. And Greenfin going around the outside of Ellen.
Breaks very late.
He's overreact.
Oh, he keeps it out the wall. That's going to cost him.
So good recovery, and Razor already at the back of Alan, his teammate. Is going to be any yes or no? Looks like for not right now. They're still going to fight it out. Going up the inside, maybe? No, he thinks better.
No, yeah.
Up to 4th, actually. Wow.
Yeah, so, and look, the extra grip. The extra grip, Sean.
Maybe George still gets a podium.
Yeah, it is possible. He'll be happy with that one. I'm sure Lukey will be happy. Happy to take. Yeah. So Razor goes deep now and off. Is Alan going to be able to get him back now? Everyone's struggling with braking. Lukey's sailing off on the final lap.
Yeah, Lukey's just flying away. He's maybe get to win. It really depends on penalties. I think he's pushing really hard right now.
What can Alan do? Can he hold on to that podium? You'd have to say he deserves it here tonight, Sean. But can he keep Joe behind?
I mean, Joe is also, I think, to be deserved as well, going up the inside, yeah, and he has the better grip. I mean, they both deserve a podium, and Joe goes up to 3rd. Good job for him.
Yeah, Alan down to 4th position. Spider Atlas has no front wing, by the way. So now you've got the 2 Ferraris going side by side. And Greenfin keeps the position, goes wide. But the full wet tyre is not the tyre to be on. Let's go over to Lukey, because he's coming down the back straight. He won in Silverstone. He led this race and made the wrong strategy call. He spun out of the last corner, scrambled to the pit lane and got the right tyres at the right time. He's recovered here, Sean, a masterclass of a drive. And here comes Lukey to cross the line, take his 2nd win in season 11.
Weishart, I think, did a decent job as well. And
definitely
with that recovery, 5 pit stops, 3rd place, just unbelievable.
Definitely is. 3 drivers on the podium, all race premium drivers, Sean. Perhaps that's given him some luck here today. Yeah, Spider Altus has jumped with no front wing as well, so I'm sure he'll take that. Maverick's going to come home in 8th position.
2 tenths. Look at this one with 2 tenths with penalties.
Wow, wow, wow.
Push, like he may haven't got to win if he didn't push on that final lap.
So, Lukey shows us what a champion has to do to win a race, and I'm sure he's going to enjoy some champagne 2 weeks in a row. But Razor, that's, I believe, his 12th or 13th podium hub, and also Joel, good to see him up there on the podium again.
That's to me, I think, the driver for there. He has so many pit stops, and still keeping on the podium with some luck as well. Yeah, that's just for me, just very good. Just for me, driver today.
It shows you, Sean, you should never give up, should you?
Yeah, even though he spun it, just don't give up. The race is still long, and look, and it's did pay off for him.
It's been a challenging night here. Look at Razor, no penalties, and Spider Atlas. So Razor, only 2/10 of a second he lost that win by, but wow, massive stuff there.
Very unfortunate for the Dutch guy.
Alright.
Like maybe they're gonna...
Carry on, and then we'll run through the results.
I think they may get some penalties removed for some, because maybe an undeserved stop go, but this result right now is very good.
It definitely was. That'll be the championship lead for Lukey as they head into round 4 next week. Razor finishes 2nd, Joel finishes 3rd, Spider Atlas takes 4th position, that's his highest. Alan takes 5th, Greenfin takes 6th, Jorik takes 7th, Maverick takes 8th, 9th, but DNFing is White Eagle on the penultimate lap. Then you've got a Force India of Gamersat, a Renault of Dan's car, Reflow and Rex in the Williams boys crashing out on the same lap. and then you've got the Haas driver at the back. Lots of penalties, lots of controversy, lots of safety cars in this podium tier. Thank you everyone for joining us. The Pinnacle tier is live at the moment at F1 TS Hub. You can head over and check out what's going on there. Best of luck to all the drivers there. Thank you, Sean, for jumping in the commentary box, and of course to yourself, best of luck in the Prestige tier later on at 9 PM tonight.
Thank you very much, and I'm maybe looking forward to commentate next race if you want.
Sounds very good. Be good to get you in the commentary box. That's it from us at F1 TS Hub for the Podium tier. We'll be back next week at 7 PM for these guys, and we can't wait to see what track action they're going to bring us. Follow us at F1 TS Hub across Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you very much for watching. Good night for now.